Hi guys, what's going on? And welcome to episode 9, I believe, of our Rise of the Republic campaign, as we're continuing our conquest of Italy with the Samnites. So, if you remember last time, things are starting to get a little bit complicated. So, basically we've been at war now with Rome for a while, but it's mostly just been sort of border skirmishes. So far, nothing really too challenging. They haven't made any concerted effort to actually invade us with any significant armies. Although we've made a slight bit of progress into their territory, capturing Caesium, that place, and we drove off one legion from our lands down here. So first things first, let's pull this army here back to our own territory, get it garrisoned up. I conceivably could push it around, but it's not a particularly large army, only 30 people, and it's not staggeringly well equipped, so I don't think it's really ready to siege a provincial capital. And this army here is obviously just garrisoning this place, defending it. Obviously this is quite an experienced army. Our more skilled army, you can see almost everyone is gold in rank, bar a couple of the Lucian warriors. Still need to get some of these units upgraded though. We've still got some people like the native Italian hillsmen and stuff, which I would like to get upgraded. We also haven't got a lot of income going on yet, which is something we need to work on. One suggested in the comments from one of the previous ones was to change from bread and games to tax collection. So we're currently on bread and games, which is 4 food. We've already got 20 food in the province, and 4 public order. Well, the public order is plus 37, so we can safely change that to tax collections. That's going to give me another plus 15% tax collection, which will hopefully be beneficial. And I believe I've only got one other complete province. I've just got so many mismatched provinces down here, which has probably got the public order and games one as well. Public order isn't quite so good here though. I'm only plus 8 on the food. Let's have a quick look at details in terms of public order. I was still minus 3 on the provincial instability, so that will drop. And we're being raided by the Illyrian pirates, which isn't helping us either. So I probably will risk changing it to a tax one, because we really do need the money quite badly. Look, we're only getting a turn income of 2,000, and frankly we need more than that to be having wars on multiple fronts. I also noticed I might have a spare building slot down here. Yeah. So it's currently commons. What does that give you? 50 wealth from entertainment plus 1 public order. A slave trader. Minus food, minus public order, but quite a lot of wealth. Plus positive modifiers for everyone else as well. I think probably that. We've got plenty of food, which we're going to be losing only 4 of. We've got plenty of public order, 150 wealth from local commerce, and plus 10% wealth from industry and commerce, so it seems like a wise upgrade, so let's go for that. Although that is some of the money spent that we may need to upgrade some of the other people. So we also had a war with Croton, which I kind of wasn't expecting, but ultimately we flung an army down at them, the Howling Wolves, and actually managed to take Consentia, which is good for us, but we've now got a bit of work to get it back onto what we want. I think we want the Groves of Keres. That's easily the best upgrade option, I believe. Yeah, plus food, plus public order, plus growth. Latin. Oh, it's wonderful. Love it. And we've also got this, which could maybe give us a bit more public order. What's the food situation like? -1. That's going to give us food, so that's not such a problem. Plus more cultural influence, plus tax rate. Only -1 food. Go for one of them. So we can improve the public order here slightly, then we can probably ship this army out, because we're now at peace with Croton. We managed to force a peace towards the end of the last episode. We can force this army out and start to go for Heraclea down here in the south, because my aim, as someone rightly pointed out, is to try and complete these 2 provinces of Lucania and Apulia. Because if I can take Heracleon, Silbian, and here, then we should be in a good place to start issuing more edicts, and we'll complete our provinces really good, and we'll force Tarsus down to this just Calabria down in the heel of Italy, which will be pretty good for us, and that'll be one real major threat for us dealt with. So with that in mind, I'm going to move the army here from Poseidonia down. I think Poseidonia was sieged not that long ago, but it looks like everyone's okay. Let's make sure all the garrisons are all okay in all these places. Looks like they are. Yeah, I'm going to move. I think that's silver. It has got Samnite silver, which is cool. I'm still a bit worried about these Syracuse naval fleet, which is docked offshore. They seem to keep sailing around, and they are dangerously close to us. As a target, I guess we are, a potential viable target. You know, they've got territories all down here. You see bordering Croton, and if they're at peace with Croton, I'm really aware the next logical target. So that is something to worry about. But I think I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to hope that Syracuse doesn't invade one of my coastal cities. We're going to send down my glorious army to Potentia, and from here we're going to be going for this settlement here. Should be an easy capture. It looks like there's not a lot there. It's got a small garrison, hoplites, light hoplites, militia, and a couple of archers. I think we should be able to take that without too much problem. Just noting there's a Tarsian army there, reasonable size actually, and a Tarsian fleet. Scipius is how it has a really rough time in terms of getting invaded by every man and his dog. But there's nothing we can do immediately about it this turn. So let's push into the next turn, I think, and see where we go from here. Oh, I forgot about our little fleet, our little couple of ships sailing slightly further up the coast. Looks like an enemy hero unit moving around, causing trouble for our army. And to disrupt us or poison our wells or something. And the Romans. Syracuse, okay, is moving away. And moving another one in, but no war this turn. That's good. Tarsha's pulling back there. Is that going to go for Scipius like they always do? It didn't, which is kind of surprising. That's normally their main thing that they do. I might deploy my army that we've got garrisoned in that Fratini full region against that Tarsian army. See if we could drive them off or at least damage them and affect their possibility of doing damage to any of our cities. Greatly reduced. That army there just outside Scipius. I might try and go for. Whether I'll be able to make it in a turn though, I don't know. Got a long way away. So, an enemy champion has raided our soldiers. There we go. I told you we'd do something annoying like that. What does that mean for us? Yeah, I don't know. Not a lot necessarily. We're in autumn, so of course that means we're going to be lagging a little bit because of the way this game works. I can force march to Estonium quickly enough. By going to force march, we can make it to Estonium without too much trouble. I'll leave that army there. I would have liked to make it down to engage this army here, is what I wanted to do. But we can't. Our turn income has gone up by about 500 with those 2 edicts we issued as tax rates, so that's not a bad thing. And we have completed some of our changes. We've got a Shrine of Ceres in Barrion. Should give them a bit more food, which it does. The enemy characters causing us trouble in terms of riling up our populace. We can upgrade some of our Shrines of Ceres, though, which is going to give more public order, more Italian influence, etc., etc. I assume there's still some provincial instability in this one. Actually not. What's it? Just from the raiding? I guess just from the enemy boats, probably there, I guess. It's causing all my problems. Okay, interesting. Our 2 new edicts, our tax collector edicts, which we know about, and an encouraged population in Latium. We have a population surplus in Samnium. Okay. So we can have our capital. So this is our really our nation capital here. We could possibly upgrade here. Or our little farming city. We'll do the provincial capital, I think. I'm probably going to build one of the shrines, to be honest. Could do like a craftsman or something. Wealth, more public order. They've got a reasonable public order. Yeah, we'll do a Shrine of Ceres. It's such a good building upgrade. I just love it. And we've got a population surplus over here as well. Okay. Oh, these guys are unhappy, aren't they? So these would really benefit from a shrine. My favourite Shrine to Ceres. So we'll start construction on one of them over there as well. So let's just nip down to our army down in Croton, in Consentia. What's the province looking like? Quite positive now in the public order. A couple of turns to these groves are completed, so I'll probably just wait the 2 turns there before sending this army up against Heraclea. But we will now be in a position to deploy the glorious army against Asund there, whatever that place is called. So let's go with these guys. God, the lag in autumn is just so horrendous. I'm not even going to bother fighting this one. When you've got a auto-resolve strength such as that, I don't think we need to worry too much. Let's be aggressive then. There we go, easy. We'll just occupy, I'm not going to try and burn it all down or anything. And we've gained some military traditions. Cool. So let's just have a quick look at the settlement first. Hopefully we've still got a bit of money left over, which we have. Just enough to turn that to our own city, our own little coal mining city. And obviously with having owned Potentia and Elia for so long now, we've got a relatively established public order base. So with the negative being -11, but that's 20 for the conquest this turn, so we're actually going to be positive order again straight away for the next turn. Do our enclosed land, a little bit of money, and for the food income as well. Okay, so things are looking better immediately, because now we've only got 2 more cities to actually take before we complete both of our provinces, which is what we were trying to achieve. We moved that army down already, yes we did. That's pretty much all we're going to be able to do. Hedonia claims to have, is currently building, by the looks of it, yeah, which it is. It's doing an upgrade to a Tucho Council. So yes, not a lot else we can do there. Everywhere else seems happy. We can move our boats if I can find them. Somewhere here. God, they're a long way away. So let's move our boats a little bit further up the coast. Maybe discover some new settlements. Looks like we discovered these people already, I think. Cool. And then I think we're pretty much ready to next turn it. And get out of this. Oh, our traditions. I forgot. Let's get these set and then we can get out this bloody autumn. It's just such a silly game bug. I can't believe they haven't fixed it yet. They only need to get rid of all these stupid leaves, and I think that would stop the lag massively. So we can continue that. Grand Camp following. Increased replenishment rate. Significant morale increase and upkeep reduction, which is obviously very nice, particularly given our sketchy financial situation. Defenders, missile damage, well, morale for units during the ambush, or weapon damage inflicted by all army fighters. Well, that's kind of a tempting one because you know, weapon damage for infantry is always good, but I still feel that probably in our current situation, the little bit of extra we're going to save with some upkeep reduction is probably worth it. So we'll go for that. And into the next turn. So let's see what the enemies do. I'm not too worried about the Romans. I'm worried about that Tarsian army near Scipius, because I think they're going to assault it again. And it's always a real tough battle to hold on that hill, because it's right down to the wire, particularly with that naval fleet they've got as well. So I am concerned about that. Syracuse is back on the scene, although it doesn't look like war yet this turn at least. Ah, they've done it. Okay. Yeah, these are always a tough one. So we've got our own navy, some assault raiders. What have they got? Yeah, it's not going to be easy, is it? It's always really hard, these naval battles, because their slingers are so powerful in naval battles. And then on the land front, you know, again, well, actually, it's not quite so bad. Large amounts of militia, skirmishers, slingers. Hillsmen, who I'm not too worried about, and their general is cavalry rather than that heavy pike unit. So, depending on how we get on with these naval battles, I am not going to completely give up hope on this one. We may yet be able to pull this off, because there's obviously the Scipius has had a right old rough time with this. It's been invaded so many times now that it has struggled a little bit. But hopefully this might be the one. It's just those slingers that were so hard to deal with last time, because as soon as our troops started to board, they were continually slinging the whole time at point blank range, and with these raiders being relatively small amounts of units, they just got absolutely devastated by those enemy slingers. So we shall have to wait and see. The Admiral obviously looks like quite a heavy a heavy hoplite unit, so that might be kind of tough for us to deal with. And obviously we are quite outnumbered, so yeah. Have to wait for this to load in. First battle of the day, so it's always slow on the load. Particularly after coming from an autumn month as well, to top it all off. Okay. So let's have a look at our deployment options then. So the enemy fleet's coming in over here. So these are the Tarentine Hoplites. They look good even from the outside, don't they? Okay. So I think Publius Cato is gonna deploy with 2 ships immediately against the Admiral. And these 2 ships here are gonna go against the rest of the fleet, particularly the archers. I fear that I could end up encountering the archers and not really winning anything, which is kind of why I was going to send 2 units against the Admiral. I expect to lose, but hopefully we can inflict some damage on him before he gets ashore, and there's not really going to be a problem for us to then deal with. So the rest of our army, where are the Tarsians deploying with the rest of their troops? Oh, we don't know. to make things a little bit more difficult. They normally come in from over here. So this is my normal sort of capture point. So, going to be 3, 9 abreast here. We're going to put one there as like a sort of a backup division, and then have one thinly across the back, relatively close in, to protect. And we'll have our 2 javelins in a thinner line as I can manage there, and behind them we'll have my skirmishing line of slingers. And we've got to hope they come down this way, which of course we don't know if they will. So that's everyone here deployed. Let's go. First things first, let's pause and get our ships doing their thing. You 2 go against there. You 2 just forward march. And let's wait and see what's going to go on in terms of the enemy army, because we don't know where it is. Ah, they're not on the right side. Could you not go any quicker? You're going very slowly. Inconvenient. Are you? Straight at him, as Nelson says. Well, here we go. Boom! This is the problem. We're now going to get slinged all the way, which is what makes this thing difficult. See the amount of damage we're taking already. 48 already. We've lost so many. We are engaging the enemy Tarantine mercenaries, which is good, but we need to think about redeploying our army here. So they're all going to come in from this way. Where are we going to go? We could just go to the flag point, I guess. So we'll go for the heavy units on the front line. Then behind them, we've got our more armoured lighter units. More armoured lighter units. It's a bit of a contradiction. We're going to put our javelin behind them. And behind them, our slingers. Quite a deep stack, but I think hopefully they'll all come at me from the same sort of direction. And you need to do it double time. Right. Navally. Yeah, this is exactly my point. Look, we win against everyone else. Against the infantry, yes, we shall win. Against a couple of bowmen, that our troops don't advance, or advance very slowly, and yet they shoot the whole time, which is why they're so devastating, because they never go into hand to hand. It's not like Arena, where once you're in hand to hand you can't attack. So that's why they're so deadly. But here, things are going better. They're not gloriously, but we're actually at least causing some casualties on them. And it looks like their admiral is suffering. Well, it's actually not suffering that much. We'll probably end up losing this, but we're at least going to get some kills on them compared to fighting like the enemy archers, which is just a pointless endeavour. So our units are moving across here. Looks like that's all going to go well. Looks like they're going to do their classic mistake of engaging with their cavalry first. It's always an error for them because, of course, it means they have a really hard time fighting spear infantry with just their cavalry. Still a really close battle. One of our ships has actually caught fire, which is always a little bit inconvenient. Our Samnite light infantry here, we are losing. But we are still causing casualties, and that's ultimately was what my aim was. And it looks like we might have actually eliminated one of those enemy units, but our troops are now routing. Yeah, our boat sank. It's not so good. So these guys, they need to hurry up. Our Samnite armoured spearmen are coming in from this way. All our light infantry are here, all our skirmishers. But I don't want to be fighting. At least we've got a unit of Lucian warriors. Forwards! And let's get some of the light spearmen in as well. Okay, right, briefly pause. We need to take stock of the situation. So our slingers, what sort of range have we got on those guys? I want you to go after their missile cavalry. Should be able to do that without too much trouble. And these guys are all engaging this heavy cavalry from the front, which should be fine. I'm just going to ignore them, I think, because these guys should be shooting at them now. I hope. We slow down. Where are our slingers? Are they actually shooting? Slingers? Are they gonna throw any shots at them? No. Surely you would think they would. Looks like we lost all this. How many did that admiral take? Down to 67. Not too bad. At least it's an improved situation. So these guys can now turn around and face frontally against this enemy cavalry. Why are our slingers just not prepared to shoot? There they are, finally. Oh, now I've got a selection that I don't want. Don't move. Just shoot them. Don't stop, you morons. Shoot them! For God's sake, they're so useless. What are our javelin men doing? Struth. At least our units are now facing them frontally, so we shouldn't take too many casualties from a sword point of view, and we're now starting to get some shots in on their enemy cavalry. Which I should have thought, given they're just a light missile cavalry, should go down pretty quickly, but maybe not. So, what have we got behind us? We have got some enemy infantry to deal with there. So we'll push those guys back, and we've got our 2 javelin men to hopefully deal with them. I'm finally getting a little bit of casualties. Still not exactly what I was hoping. So we've now got enemy missile infantry. Gosh, these guys are really tough as well because they're the medium infantry with heavy shields and reasonable body armor as well. Yeah, this is going to hurt. Going to decimate our Lucian warriors here. We can put some return fire on them, but it's really not going to be very effective. This is where slingers really fall down. I could do with moving up the rest of my infantry maybe. My skirmisher infantry, but they're just going to push in with the rest of their infantry, which means I can't get close enough. Now we've got these guys coming around here. I'm going to try and throw some javelins at them then. These guys here are going to be bombarded by the enemy cavalry. We should be able to get some damage here pretty quickly by the looks of it. How are Lucian warriors holding it? Wow, many casualties. Not doing a lot against their native Egyptians, skirmishers. Fire got their light missile infantry will be a lot more effective against them, but still a tough one. Push those guys there, and let's push these guys right across this gap here. Okay, things are tough. We'll get our infantry involved against this cavalry. We should be able to kill them relatively easily. Our javelin men aren't too bad in terms of toughness for this sort of thing. Engage these Tarentine. Very heavy hoplites. This is not going to go well for us with our little Samnite light infantry. Our skirmishers are actually struggling against this cavalry. Considering it's a light cavalry, it's really performing quite well. And the rest of their infantry are on the move by the looks of things. So let's get some light spearmen to chase these guys off.
Our men flee the field of battle.
Who's routing our skirmishers by the looks of it? Struth, this is turning into a really tough fight. Okay, what have we still got? We need to turn on some of these Greek slingers over here. Just turn around and start to get some pressure on them. Push our javelin men out. I was hoping some of these guys will be able to capture some of these guys. Catch up with them, be a bit quicker, you know, because they're a light infantry and they're not as exhausted as probably some of these guys are. Okay, we've caught some native Italian skirmishers. That's a good start. Okay, what's going on down here? Hopefully our slingers have returned fire, open fire on these guys. They have, which is good. What is not so good though, whoa, is the fact that these guys have broken engagement here. So we need to bring our heavy infantry units round ASAP, because we need to start to get round to them. And bring around some of our heavier javelins maybe to rear flank these guys as well. Maybe that's a good way of doing it. Get those javelins round. You go for those militia spearmen. We should be able to kill them easy enough. Now go for the javelins. That's what we really want to kill. They're the thing that are really devastating to us. So let's get our javelins round behind and start to shoot in the rear of these enemy hoplites. This might be really effective for us. Let's have a pause and a catch up. Sorry about my pausing, but you know, I'm not so good at this game, particularly in a rush. So we're having quite effective against those enemy missiles, which is our target. Yeah, we're slaughtering them pretty well. Those enemy medium archers. How are javelins getting on in terms of rear flanking these? Yeah, quite well. Whoa! Stop! The fuck do you think you're doing? I just don't understand these slingers. Sometimes they just go absolutely crazy. Reform there. Struth. And they're just trying to get themselves killed. Okay, let's rear flank this enemy general unit. Although actually, having said that, to be honest, we're probably doing as much damage with javelins into the back and our Samnite infantry. So, can our slingers open fire properly? without sort of committing suicide. How are these guys getting on? Okay, well at least they pinned down these guys. Looks like we're going to rout. We actually lost against these medium missile infantry. I mean, they're so hard to kill because they're so good in combat. I fear this battle is probably getting close to being lost now. Oh, javelin men are out of ammunition. Okay, so let's rear flank these guys. And then our slingers don't actually move when they're being threatened. They just stand there. Enemy general's dead, which is good, but we're now going to be rear flanked by native hillmen. Can we not just kill these handful of stupid heavy spear infantry? They're so hard to deal with. Let's get our slingers back after those enemy skirmishers, although they're going to run out of ammunition before too long. Just get these Italian hillsmen. We'll be able to kill them really quickly, quite easily. I'm not too worried about them. There they go, they're routed. And they've shattered. Okay. So we now got to try and kill these guys while facing off our own missile fire. You know, our skirmishers are just going to struggle, really, against this sort of thing. I think maybe we need to go hard after these guys. What have we got? Militias, skirmishers, and some more hillsmen. So I think we go after these guys. Go after that militia. Let's just charge them. We'll send... No, we'll just go for them. I think we can overwhelm these guys with our better quality infantry. That's my hope. Particularly if they're not going to form any sort of coherent line. Then we should be able to cut them down. That's my hope. Oh god, pull back, pull back. Don't stand there when you get engaged by enemy hillsmen. Bring these slingers down here. Just run with the slingers, actually. Try and break some ground between us. Hopefully, let's just try and rout these enemy militia. Come on. They're wavering. I need them to rout now. So we've got the mercenary hillsmen turning up. Okay, turn on those hillsmen then. They're pretty unarmoured, so they should go down quickly. They're bringing in their archers, they're bringing in everyone. Surely our Samnite armoured spearmen can beat this sort of mob. I hope so. So we've got our slingers getting some damage in, hopefully. Those Egyptian, I'm just going to hope they're going to run out of ammunition. I think they're probably going to hand now. Ah, we're routing. Oh, our javelin men are routing. Our other two units are still stuck in. They're a bit concerned about the fact their friends are routing, though. Some of this unit's not properly engaged. Come on, guys. If those militias would rout, I think we could kill the rest of them quite easily. Those hillsmen aren't particularly good. Bring these guys back round if they're going to stop chasing me. We're going to get rear flanked now. I think this is it. I think Scipius is lost. I don't think there's anything we can do about this now because we're going to get rear flanked. I'll turn these guys round. At least it's like two fronts. They're getting not so confident now. Okay, let's go after these quick slingers. We've not got a lot of ammunition left though, and I think we're gonna have a hard time killing these guys. Oh, such a shame those Greeks didn't rout. That would have been perfect.
Our men flee the field of battle.
I think our slingers are routing. We'll go on to a faster forward mode. We're gonna go. There we go, and defeat. Ah, god damn it! Damn. Such an inconvenient loss because I haven't got an army in that area. Oh, I've got an army a bit further north. You know, we killed as many of them as we had. They just had too many people for us to deal with and such a poor garrison. And because it's one of those special coal-only towns or something, it means I can't upgrade it to get a better garrison. Because I couldn't upgrade to central building. If it had just been a farm one, we would have had much more Samnite infantry. I think it would have gone a lot better. That is so depressing. Tarsus has just got such a large country. That looks like they've got a large island somewhere off as well. It's so hard to deal with. Still, we'll soon be out of autumn and there's this lag, which will be something to look forward to. And then we're going to have to work to try and start to think about recapturing that. Okay. So, this army, I can't go on force march because there's just no point. But we're basically going to engage these guys straight away and hope that they're not fully recovered in time. At least it wasn't a settlement that got an edict on or anything. We've encountered a new faction. We've lost Salt. And we've lost the settlement. And the fleet. Now constructed a couple of buildings. Our income's up a little bit now at least. And we've got a population surplus. Oh, in this place, ironically. I'll just hang on for that one for now. So, let's do technology. So what did we just research? Influenced by the trust. That allows me to recruit dignitaries, I believe, which is going to do get me increased funds, which is certainly a good thing. We could do that on public order per provinces. Oh, and it allows me my fully upgraded Shrine of Keres, so it probably is worth doing. Let's have a look if I can recruit a dignitary. Dignitary. They're all the same. Yeah.
What do you wish of me?
I believe these do something funny, but I just don't quite know what. Increases tax rating while help. I guess. Yeah. Okay. So it increases tax rate. That's what I wanted to do. It's what I want. And then we'll get them to work on some of our provinces. So they're going to go down there and deal with Scipius next turn. Okay. Here, we've got a couple of turns to actually get any sort of garrison there, or we could just go straight for them. I might leave the army that's got in Consentia. Got a garrison there now. Not fully upgraded yet though, but I think I'm just going to have to go for it, to be honest. We're going to have to trespass as well. The next turn, we should be able to go for Heraclea. And then it's just Siblion, and then I'm going to get here back, and then we can try and force a peace with them, and at least it'll be in a favourable-ish sort of conditions. Oh dear, right. Over here, how are things looking? We've got a Shrine of Keres we can upgrade again. Although the God is actually not looking too bad around some of these. There's a fair bit of unhappiness on most of these settlements by the looks of it. I don't know why specifically. Unhappiness around taxes and things by the looks of it. And what can we upgrade to make people happier? We've not got a lot of food particularly. So we can upgrade that. And not without going below our food to boundary, so I don't think that'll be a problem for us. And that's pretty much all our money, and that's pretty much our turn. Oh, well, we can move our little mini fleet, I suppose. Which should be around here somewhere, which it is. Snowy up here. And we'll keep pushing along the coast. So, next turn. Oh god, here comes a Roman legion. Oh, this is where it's all going to go wrong, because those Romans are... Oh my god! How do they have so many huge armies? Oh, have I got much of a defence here? No, it's the same shitty defence as before. Such a big army as well. That's the problem sometimes fighting the AI, particularly in this DLC. I think a lot of people have said is that they just like an instant recruit huge armies, which just makes it so hard to be able to actually, do well in this sort of thing. Oh, wait for this one to load in, see what we can do. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything here. I think there's just going to be far too many of them for us to be able to deal with. Just look at it, look how many. I mean, even just the amount of range units they've got, all the peltists and stuff, I'm not even going to be able to deal with. Never mind the actual sort of vast numbers of cavalry and stuff as well to add on top of it.
Italian swordsman!
Try and just form sort of a thick line. Perhaps keep some light spearmen back here.
Ready and waiting!
Then we'll have...
We await your command! Javelin men!
something like that. Okay, let's get this misery over with. Oh, God. Oh, we've got our boats as well, haven't we? Where are they? There. Move these guys in, but so just they're not very big units, and they're only light infantry, so it's not really a problem. Not really going to be much help against these guys. It's only the Lucian warriors that are really actually any good as an infantry unit. Oh dear, impending misery and pain.
Slingers!
We're going to get struck by all this cavalry very shortly.
Ready for orders.
Oh, they're all going to go around behind us as well. God. Well, our javelins will open fire. Just get some damage against their missile cavalry. And now our spearmen are going to have to do an incredibly good job against all this heavy cavalry. As they all just get stampeded. Oh god. Let's send this unit of light infantry round very quickly. Our light spearmen are just no match for this sort of numbers of troops. They're just going to break very quickly, I think. So many very heavy cavalry. How they got... Because they must have just a... Well, they're perhaps just cheating, but they should have a phenomenal amount of money to support all this really expensive cavalry.
The men are wavering.
Yeah, see, they're going to rat already. We're not even involved in any combat yet. All this line of armoured spearmen out. Now commander's going to have to try and prop up this whole lot. Try and get some javelins in against these enemy heavy cavalry. We lost our spearmen. The first unit of spearmen were routed. We're going to send in our heavy spearmen. And we're chucking our javelins in obviously as quickly as we can to try and just kill as many of these enemy cavalry with our sort of heavier missile units. But now with all the enemy hillsmen and heavy hoplites as well. My god. It's not even a poor quality army, it's like a supreme quality army. I'm just going to go in like that. Oh, they've got Lucian warriors as well. Oh, so they've got the really good quality infantry to top it all off. Slowly killing some of their cavalry, but nowhere near enough. Slingers might as well go against those missile cavalry if they can. And we're going to run out of javelins sooner or later as well. Shoot against that back cavalry, try and get as much over damage as well so we don't hit too many allies. We'll win that little fight there, I think. But look, I mean, our warriors are routing already.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
And we're now going to get stuck in by all this extra stuff as well. It's going to make it really hard. And they're bringing in some spearmen as well. Our slingers should be shooting at the enemy missile cavalry, but it doesn't look like it's actually doing anything. Oh, our boats have turned up.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, that's some of the javelins about running out. And our general is pretty much entirely surrounded. Let's rear flank the rest of this cavalry and stuff. With our light infantry, we'll probably win this fight here. Get these guys shooting at something they seem to might actually do any damage to, because we killed 2 of their enemy light cavalry with our slingers. Not exactly what could be described as super effective. Our Lucians are fighting on well. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're doing actually a superb job considering, but they're not going to win against all these heavy hoplites. Okay, looks like we've killed them. Make sure all those light infantry there die. Make sure they definitely get shattered. Okay, let's just push them all in, basically. Like that enemy missile cavalry may be looking to get involved. I'll go hand to hand with them with our skirmishers. They'll lose that fight, but at least it'll delay them a little bit. And we'll push all our rest of our infantry in on this corner, which is just turning into like a massive corner fight. Let's just go after their general's Peltis unit, just in case somehow they were able to get enough damage into to kill their enemy general, and it somehow made a difference of some sort. Killing some of the enemy light cavalry with our skirmishers, although it looks like they're about to rout, particularly if they're going to get all those hillsmen turning up as well. Oh, the battle of our life is on this corner, but doesn't look good, does it? The battle is still well against us. Oh, I've got another unit here. What about you? So we might actually beat that cavalry, which would be a miracle. Our skirmishers are fighting their skirmishers, and I think we're losing. No, we don't necessarily want to be fighting hillsmen. At least not yet. Wait till our troops land first. Come on, back you come. Run for it. Run for the hills. How goes our corner fight? The problem is these light infantry not really up to scratch. Our armoured spearmen probably quite good. Although their peltists are good as well, aren't they? Come on, we'll have them. These... they're only the light infantry though. We should still probably win. Our skirmishers into the fight. I can't imagine they're going to hold for very long, to be honest. They were slowly cutting down their peltists, very slowly. Although it looks like we're going to be routing soon. Yeah, they're wavering badly. Hold on in there. These guys should win against those hillsmen. These guys shouldn't win against the hillsmen, but maybe they will. Come on, keep killing those enemy generals unit. That's really what we want to get down. Looks like these guys are actually going to win there. Should be nice. It'll be a good spot of luck. These guys I can really do with you not routing though. Against those other ones. The good advantage of these guys is they're just so quick. To make sure that enemy missile units done, I want it to be shattered, not just broken. Because if they're shattered, then they'll never come back to the battle this game. We do need the units now. I'm not going to send them all the way around. I'm going to keep them this side. I could flank them around and try and rear flank to this blob. But the problem with that is I just don't think these units are up to it. I think they'll just rout the second they get into that sort of fight. I don't think there's any point. Those enemy slingers there might end up routing. Oh, there was just one of us. And they've shattered as well. God, you run away. Try not to rout everyone else after this enemy general. Go on, have him. Have him. Oh, if we can kill this guy, we might actually... So we've got our Samnites, but they are a missile infantry. They're a light missile infantry, so they do actually have proper shields and swords. They're going to cut down our slingers pretty effectively. Yeah, they're not taking many casualties at all. I'm going to... Okay, that's good. I think I'm going to rear flank these guys to try and... No, I'm not. They'll go down. I'm confident they'll go down. Start shooting at these other slingers with what little ammunition we have left. Come on, they've got to go down, surely. I guess our slingers, skirmishers may run, but the light infantry will be able to kill them. And we're going to get some fire on. This endless skirmish on the corner. Where is our general? Ooh, not many left on him. And these enemy heavy hoplites are well in health still, aren't they? Okay, the enemy general's unit starting to get close to breaking, wavering. I really want to kill these guys. Come on! Just die. There we go.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Lob it round here, and then we're going to go for these guys on the end. And try for a bit of a flanking manoeuvre. At least it's going to add a bit of pressure to their sort of lines. I don't think our unit's going to stay in that fight very long. Oh, our slingers are out of the ammunition now as well. Or chase off their enemy slingers at least. I was hoping to put enough pressure on the side of some of their phalanxes that they might not like it and want to rout. I don't think it's going to happen because I think our skirmishers are just going to rout really quickly. You know, it's a few more kills, isn't it?
Our men flee the field of battle.
Hopefully it doesn't affect everyone else's morale. That's the one worry. These enemy heavy spear infantry are going to struggle to beat. Our skirmishers are going to catch up with the enemy skirmishers, but I think they're going to suddenly regret that because they're then going to have to fight a whole unit of enemy skirmishers that are much stronger than them and got much more units. So yeah, let's see how that goes. What's that looking to rout some of our Italian skirmishers? Well, these Tarantine peltists are so good. They're better than our light infantry, I think, as missile infantry. Yeah, I take very few casualties. There's not a lot else I could do, really.
battle. This is a shameful display.
Other than just keep
Our
this sort
men
of static
flee the
fight on.
field of battle. This is a
I'm going to
shameful
start bringing in
display.
lots of missiles now. We're slowly wearing down their hoplites. Oh, there's our general struggling, is wavering. Everyone's absolutely exhausted. There's still lots of enemy heavy spear infantry left. And I think if I try and pull anyone out, they'll just rout. So that's why I'm not bothering. I think we'll just fast forward to the end. We gave it a really good try. I think it's just a bit unfortunate then the end. There's nothing else we could do. They're getting all their javelins in on us now. And there we go. We're starting to waver now. There we go. There our general
Flee the
breaks.
field of battle.
Yeah, another defeat. Well, they took more losses than us by the looks of it. There's just not a lot else we can do. I don't think this is really going against us now. This campaign it's going to be a tough one. I think we'll probably end it at the end of this battle, this episode. It's certainly not ended very well, and certainly not as I wanted. Yeah, how disappointing. That's the problem with being at war with so many different people, like such big nations like Rome and Tarsus. It's just so hard to beat them. Because I can't afford to have huge armies on every frontline city, and they've just got so many troops still to bring up. It makes it so hard to deal with. The bandit threat. So I can spend all my money to improve existing roads. And sure, make them safer. Sure, try to find new passable roads. Well, I've not got the money to spend either of them, so I just have to try and do my best. Garrison armies lost. Lost wine. Settlement lost. Wow, a lot of stuff got built. And we have a population surplus still. Okay. Let's just have a quick look at the situation. I'm pretty sure I saw a large Roman army appear here, which we did. No, again, it's just, it makes it so hard because I guess we could recruit an army here. Linen Legion or Silver Infantryman. At least we'll have let's give us a bit of an army here. I think that's all we can do for now. And then at least they give the regional capital a bit of a defense. Even if I think Teats, we're going to lose my Teats in the next turn. This army here can probably land against Scipius in the next episode. I've got that down there. Oh, that's really ruined Apulia as a place. We should be able to get Lucania though next turn. Oh, well, actually, this turn. Did I do it this turn? Yeah, it'll be this turn. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's certainly tough. It's certainly proving to be a very tough campaign. We're not giving up yet. We've still got this in us. We've just been a couple of devastating turns for losses, but I think once we capture Heraclea, that's going to be a good one for us, and then we can start to. I just want to be able to bottle them into one area so I can focus my armies a bit more than having everyone scattered to the four winds over each different place, which is what's making it really difficult. So anyway, yeah, thank you for watching this episode. Let me know what I should have done differently in the comments down below. Yeah, subscribe to the channel for lots more Total War content, and I shall see you all on the next episode.